Hello, Internet! I'm Sneaky Devil. It's 7 p.m., and you're here on this channel, which means it's time for Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001. Now, we got a lovely smorgasbord lined up for you folks today. And, I shall reveal it to you. And also remove Max's name from the top bar. There we go.
He just said he'll be a little late.
Yeah, well, I'll change it back when he gets here.
Whatever you say, boss.
Anyway. So, we're gonna start this day off great by going straight into a Ruby story. As always, the link to it is found down below.
I can just hear our audience screaming with joy. Oh, wait, no, that might in fact be
Anal puncturing? Yeah, that happens.
I said pain, but I mean, I guess the thing you mentioned would technically fall under pain.
Yes, anyway. Moving on. Yo! A woman, I'm sorry. Lucis Nature! Evolution has always been thought of as progress. This is how we have entire cities, kingdoms full of people. Evolution has always been enough for us. But what if it hasn't? What if we need another jumpstart? With a little science and the knowledge of Grimm, this should progress human evolution, right? Takes place during Volume 1.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Huh. No page is loading on Chrome, and I can't reach fanfiction.net.
Then I guess you're gay.
And
Carrot,
the Windows
Carrot's
troubleshooter
not
is telling
new.
me there's no internet access, but I'm still talking to you, so that's clearly a lie.
Indeed. Anyway. T, because, well, you'll figure it out.
What? No, listen here, you little dirtbag of an author. You don't tell people why. Like, because if this is some stupid lemon thing, I'm out. And I want to know that before I waste time reading your story.
Thing number 2. This is going to take place after episode 10 of Volume 1. So right when Royce talks to Port about leadership. It won't come into play just yet, but probably the next chapter. Alright, so a little science facts for y'all. Using the current analysis of our DNA and all the fun wingding, shingding, the technological advances we have made within the recent years, scientists have discovered that jump starts in our evolutionary progress have occurred with the coincidement. This is a theory, keep in mind. Coincidement of us, the planet, being bombarded with shit tons of solar radiation from dying stars.
So what I'm hearing is we need to trigger another supernova.
Indeed, every single time we get hit by supernova radiation, we have jump starts in our evolutionary progress because we get shit tons of cancer.
So when do we get superpowers is my question.
The next star exploding, of course. I mean,
Excellent.
look what happened to Japan when they, advanced by
We got anime and lollies. You think that's a good thing?
just watch what happens with the next supernova.
You are a terrible person. You are a terrible person.
Okay. Kanpai. A woman walked down a brightly lit hallway, the fluorescent lights humming above her as she strolled towards a metal vault-like door at the end of the hall. Every step deliberate. Yes, most people deliberately walk.
I mean, I guess you could be sleepwalking or be growing in a constant alcohol-induced haze.
Max is coming. No, we'll give him an hour. All right. Yeah. Each step deliberate, as if she planned where she would plant her feet and when.
What?
In her hands
Okay,
was a metal
never
tray
mind.
with a blue cake slice placed on the plate. It's a trap. A plain metal fork and a knife right next to it. A white lab coat billowed behind her as she reached the solid reinforced door. The woman placed her hand on a small fingerprint scanner on her left, waiting a couple seconds before the door opened with a sealed hiss, revealing the greatest experiment to date. Hello, Fayaran. The woman greeted politely as she held the cake forward. Inside the door was a small room about the same size as a hospital room, with just the same feeling of discontent lingering. The majority of the space was taken up by a plain white bed pushed up against the far plain white wall near a nightstand, with an average toilet sitting in the opposite corner, along with a couple books tossed casually along the plain white carpeted floors.
Alright, first of all, author, not even like a sheet, a privacy screen. Also, I don't know when the last time this author was in a hospital, but the last time I was in a hospital was CDH
Oh, hello,
out
Reese.
in Illinois. Most hospitals that I've been in recently, and yes, I have been to quite a few hospitals. No, none of you need to know why. Have been really, really nice. It's practically
He stuck
like
his
a
dick into a
hotel
pencil
room.
sharpener.
No, just why do I put up with it?
And sitting on the bed was a young teenage boy with jet black hair, a short cut nearly to his scalp, and bright sea blue eyes. A small set of light gray clothes. Why is it always blue eyes? Why is it never brown eyes?
Sneaky, you see what you've done? Look at our chat. This is your fault.
Oh, no, I'll accept that.
What have I missed?
Well,
Yeah,
at
hey,
least you're
Moxie.
accepting responsibility for it.
What have I missed?
Sneaky,
Nothing.
you've
A
missed
really shit
Sneaky.
Ruby story.
That's what you've missed.
The cerulean, deep ocean blue orbs.
No, stop. Hang on. That is not the first thing I want to hear in a story coming on this podcast.
Well, that's too bad for you.
That is too bad for you, little man.
I'm just gonna eat my pizza in relative silence.
Drink,
Silence
drink,
will not save you
drink.
from this torture.
No, it really won't.
But it might, ease the suffering. Or at least you can tell yourself that.
Blue eyes Aryan dragon.
The chat's having fun with this at least. That's
Yes,
something,
they
I
did.
guess.
A small set of light gray clothes covered the boy's slender but surprisingly strong physique. He looked up from the book he was reading, eyeing the cake with a hint of greediness. Happy 13th birthday. Where do we even find these
Here we go.
things?
We got some edgelording.
Alright, so this is our search process for fiction. I go to the section, turn off all filters, and click on the first story.
That's it. That's our magic process.
That's our magic process. Okay, no, to be fair, I do actually filter out the really generic stories.
No. But here's the thing. That's not a filtering process. That's looking at us. That's us looking at it and saying this is probably trash. We skip the most probable trash.
This is homosexual and fraudulent.
Anyway.
Anyway, let's get back into the edge. The edge! Prepare your wrists, everyone! I should probably start from the beginning. My name's Fayayayaran Nan Shen. Age? I'm not really sure how old I am. My best bet is probably 10 and 13 haircuts. Haven't seen a calendar since 13 haircuts ago, and the stuff they give me really isn't helping me find out.
I'm sorry, haven't seen a calendar since 13 haircuts ago. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Does this author not understand that hair grows at different rates?
No, I don't think I can read your latest chapter, Kilm. We like to keep it PG-13 here. But no, seriously. So,
you know what? I'm gonna regret this. I think Sneaky should do an NSFW summary stream, not a story stream, just a summary stream. Because I want you to suffer for all you put me through since I first met you.
There would be no suffering on my part. I'm saying no because that would break the Twitch guidelines.
Yeah.
I didn't say I would use Twitch. I'll just go find a Ustream account or something. That's still around, right?
No.
Oh.
Anyway, so a quick little summary for everyone. So, Kilm here is a Naruto Ruby writer, as we've all displayed. I've displayed him before previously to those who might remember, and he's written quite a big story, and he gets a shit ton of really crappy reviews on his story of people insisting that X character should totally do the saxophone with Naruto.
What if I don't want to? Eh? What about that, eh?
And,
Never think about that.
he decided that he was going to write a shitpost chapter in which he basically mocked all these reviews and told everyone to fuck off if they didn't like his story the way it was. And while normally I do say, hey, death penalty for authors like that, you're kind of justified when your story isn't that bad in the first place, and the people you're telling to fuck off are people that are being like, oh my god, you should have Naruto have the sex with Glinda, and shit like that. You know, it's just like, actually, you can fuck off. Speaking of stories we've previously covered, everyone remember that lovely, fantastic, tummy-tingling story where Naruto gets sent into the Rubyverse, turned into an 8-year-old, and adopts a giant 20-foot snake? Sorry, 200-foot snake as a child? So
I must have been absent for that.
Someone decided to fill me in a bit further about what happens farther down the plot line of that. Apparently,
there's a plot line.
Yeah, there's a plot line. Apparently, Kushina is Salem, and Minato fucked her. And that's why Grimm happened. That's why Naruto was able to overpower the evil of the Grimm, because he was Salem's son.
Degenerates.
I would have
Degenerates. The lot of
I would have been far more entertained by it's just Kushina stuck in Salem's head.
No, the fused trap story was Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer, I believe.
Oh, not that one. Please quit bringing that one up.
Don't make me think about that.
Why is that the one we always go to with that guy?
Because it's the worst!
I mean, the other option is the Blake pegging fix, so I'm really not going to be excited to talk about that one.
Well, on this stream anyway. I'm sure on your... I don't know...
No, really, no. Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer apparently really likes writing Fuda Blake.
Okay, how did you find that one out?
Kilm told me.
Okay, well, he's not exactly a reliable and unbiased source, now is he?
No, he's not an unbiased source, but he's a source, and I'm not actually going to go read the stories to figure out myself. So,
well, I mean, none of us know what he was doing to do that, unless someone... Actually, you know what? Scratch that. If you give us, like, $500 a month, I'll read them.
Anyway, blah, 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 edgy, 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 blah, blah, blah. What am I doing here? I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. It's so much better of life. I have a terrible mom, a drunk dad, and a disturbing foster home, so I love being a lab rat. Blah, 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 blah. Wow, these are some deep-ass thoughts for a 10-year-old. Blah, blah,
13-year-old.
blah, blah, blah,
Whatever.
blah, 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 blah. I was hooked to a machine. Blah, blah, blah. They're injecting me with stuff. Blah, blah, blah. It's grim blood. Blah, blah, blah. They're testing me. Blah, blah, blah. 13 haircuts. Blah, blah, blah. 13th birthday. Isn't it my 11th
Again,
birthday?
I have to point out the idiocy of haircuts as a measurement.
Anyway, isn't it my 11th birthday? Oh my god. I've lost 2 years of my life. Lay gasp. Blah, blah, blah. They use the cameras on haircut 8 to watch my response, and then the small chip they put in my arm during haircut 1 would monitor my blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is some extremely advanced medical technology I don't think I've ever heard of, either in Ruby or in real life, to base it off of. So, yeah.
Indeed.
Anyway, blah, 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 cake incident. After the cake incident, so we're just moving on straight from that? Okay, blah, 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 doctor.
Well, you see, Sneaky, it's good world building to bring up events and never mention them. It's actually not!
Anyway, so blah, 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 I wedged the door open. I wedged the mechanically locked magnet door open with a book and escaped.
What?
Blah, 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 please don't make me do it. Blah, 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 soldiers pushing a large cart with a dog cage. Blah, 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 small grim creature inside. Blah, 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 blah. It had the wings of a nevermore with the body of a beowulf. Blah, 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 with a human face. Blah, blah,
oh,
blah.
Good. We're getting into some Full Metal Alchemist stuff now.
Yeah, we got some fusion going on here. Yes, Mandalore is Atin. Lord of Nose Hair is Baghdadi.
Oh, he's in the chat? I'll ban him.
No, he's not in the chat. Killen was just confused who
right,
Mandalore 2000 was.
Yeah.
Hey, Sneaky, is it fun being forcibly drunk on a weekday? You're asking like I'm not fucking willingly drunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he does this willingly.
Woo!
In theory, he could stop at any time.
Yeah, in theory I could stop. Anyway, subject 1 and 2 have escaped. Lay gas.
He always drank it. I think, I think Ard might have been going for some himself.
Okay, they're shooting at him. Blah, blah, blah. They apparently missed every shot on the gun. Deformed Grin ate him. Sorry, Deformed Grim ate him. Blah, blah, blah. Human skull. Blah, blah, blah. Razor teeth, like it was trying to talk. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Narrow tongue. Blah, blah, blah. I was gonna die to this Grim that I just saved. Blah, blah, blah. It opened its mouth again. Are you Fayarian? You're Fayarian. Why do you want to know? Well, you have what I need. If you give it to me, I'll let you live. The others said they weren't Fayarian, so I killed them. It said killed them, so matter-of-factly. Well, yeah, it's Grim, so it doesn't have a soul, or a governing intelligence besides Salem. But apparently this one does.
Yes.
They weren't Fayarian, so I ignored him. I am Fayarian. Please, I swear. You're Fayarian, it mused. Yes, I'm Fayarian. What do you need? Okay, all I want is your life. My eyes widened until they took up my entire face as the Grim pounced, biting into my bicep.
That's quite impressive. Higher face.
Yeah.
Maybe.
His
That'd be
eyes
similar.
grew out of their sockets until he could see everything.
Maybe this particular medical horror will kill him, and then we can stop reading.
I've been tagged in a fucking. If you're gonna tag me in a fic, fucking tag me in my. No, fuck off and fuck out. You fucking
So pleasant,
piece of
as
shit.
always.
Trying to make me no. He's trying to make me read his shit post fic for Naruto, and it is absolute shit post where it's like wall of text cancer.
Ugh. Why?
I'm also not reading any fic by Amara. Thank you very much.
We have some standard. That's a lie.
There is no standards here. I just refuse to read fics by Reese and Mara. I actually kind of want to see what happens in chapter 2. So I'll queue this up for next week.
I mean, that was short enough. We could just go right into it if you want.
All right. Yeah, sure.
We're certainly not doing anything better.
I mean, it's only 23 minutes. Yeah. No. Fuck neglect. Don't even start with my. I was there for neglect. Fuck off.
You okay there, buddy?
No, I was there for the reading of neglect. No, I am not reading that.
What the fuck are you going on about?
Reese's story.
That tells me nothing. All you did was give me a name of someone I've never heard of.
The troller bear in our chat is named Reese on the Discord server. And he has another person on that server named Mara. And their stories are all cancer. Just like absolute 100% cancer. Yeah. As Troller Bear here says, he wrote an entire chapter for neglect where it was just a wall of text of purple prose. Like I said, absolute cancer.
Why do you hate people?
Out of the woods, in the middle of the wintry forest, somewhere in western Atlas, Fayarion was laying in the middle of the snowy clearing, eyes shut tight, as even his breathing created a mist with each exhale. Eventually, Fayarion was going back to the world.
Breathing?
I think he did.
Fayarion was brought back to the world of living as he groaned, his head pounding as someone was banging a gong on the center of his brain. He writhed around in pain, clutching his skull while groaning for a few minutes as the pain subsided. As the pounding went away, his memories came back from the past day or so. Blah, 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 blah. Tried to listen for things. Then Fayarion eyes laid on his arm. It was the same one that the Grim from the lab turned into a chew toy. He held up his arm. He rotated his arm in disbelief. He noticed a discolorization on his bicep. Blah, blah, blah. The same spot the Grim bit. Blah, blah, blah. What did it do to me? What did they do to me? Blah, 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 so cold doesn't affect me, I can apparently regrow limbs, blah, 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 sure, blah, 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 breath quickening, appeared through the forest, what a intoxicating stench waved from his right. Wrinkled his nose, mind lingered onto things he never wanted to go to, blah, blah, blah. You're out of that place, good for you. He snapped at himself, good for what, blah, 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 safer, blah, blah, blah. So internal monologue against an alternative personality or something. blah 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 Team Ruby blah 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 generic team interactions blah 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 Atlas Lab attacked
blah diddy blah diddy blah
blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah. Let's go eat breakfast. Blah 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 blah. Schneedust. Wasn't that a small company a few years back? I'm okay, sure, whatever, author. Excuse me, which city is this? Blah blah blah. You're in Atlas Academy. Dust, have you learned nothing about Atlas?
It's the
Wait. He's wearing a lab rat outfit that's badly torn up, and then he got dumped into the forest and has leaves and sticks and twigs and dirt and snow all over him. And he just walks up to someone and goes, "Yo, hey, my family was traveling here. What city is this, man?" And the person's just like, "Oh, wow, you're such a fucking piece of shit. It's clearly Atlas Academy, duh."
Yup. So it seems.
Anyway, yes, indeed. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Where's Mantle? The continent is called Mantle. No one's called this continent Mantle in years. No, it's a city.
Mantle was the original name of Atlas.
Yes. But the problem
kingdom.
here is he's asking about a city called Alisuis. And she's going... Also, that sounds remarkably French for a Germanic continent. Anyway, so he goes, "Where's the city Alisuis? Do you mean Mantle? What's Mantle? Oh, it's the city Alisuis, not Constantinople." You're welcome.
Yup.
Anyway, so it goes on. Mantle is also the name of the continent. I'm aware. I'm aware Mantle is both the capital and the name of the continent. That's my point. The person is trying to claim that Alisuis was originally the name of the city before everyone renamed it Mantle. And I'm telling the author that they're fucking dumb.
You know what? I hate the world of Remnant. They are big on like, okay, we'll call the kingdom this. All right, we're also going to call the capital that. Okay. Why?
Why?
So, yeah, like New York.
What?
New York.
Yeah, no,
I'm still angry in New York about that. At least New York takes time to put New York City.
Not often.
No, not often, but I think properly spelled out, it's supposed to be New York City, New York.
Yeah, it is supposed to be New York City, like.
Yeah, it's just quicker to say New York, New York. The city gets.
I have to say, New Jersey is the only place that people never put the "new" in front of when they say where they're from. They're like, "Oh, I'm from South Jersey. Oh, I'm from North Jersey." And there's no, "Oh, I'm from New Jersey."
That's because look,
yeah. And the people that say Jersey, get the fuck out.
I was gonna say, Sneaky. The less they remind you that they're from New Jersey, the better. So they're trying to be truthful, but hide at the same time. Like, technically, I am from New Jersey, but I'm from the good part of New Jersey,
which is clearly the South.
Spoiler there being, there are no good parts.
False. The South. Duh. Anyway. Blah, 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 blah. How are you not cold? I don't feel the cold. Alright. Best of luck. Was that Winter? I think that was Winter.
What's wrong with you?
Thanks! He called out Jumpy and then turned around and then he ducked into an alleyway as nonchalant as possible.
Hold on! While I'm wearing, like, a hospital gown, let me just slip into this alley real casual-like. Nobody will suspect a thing.
Thank God for wasteful shop owners, as he could find an entire set of usable clothes in their waste bins.
That's not how that works.
What? I didn't realize clothing expired and you had to throw it out before its expiration date.
I was gonna say, unless he's behind, like, the highest end fashion shop ever.
Oh no, here's the thing. I've worked in retail. Eventually stuff can fall out of inventory. And usually if someone's like, oh, is this a price? No, you can just take it or we'll throw it in the dumpster. I don't know how it works with clothing, though. I assume it's something similar, but...
Well, no, but that's the problem. Like,
that's not wasteful. That's, I couldn't sell a product. I'm probably a bad shop owner at that point.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Like, oh, well, we have all these... It's like, oh, well,
deep dish.
We have all these Star Wars t-shirts. Like, 10 years ago, I doubt Star Wars t-shirts were selling really well. So they probably just stuck them in a corner somewhere, and they're like, hey, just wait till Star Wars is hot again, then throw them on the rack.
Excuse me, sir. Star Wars was always hot. Get the fuck off.
Look, Sneaky, you know very well what I mean.
Yeah, all the normies. I know. Blah, blah, blah. In no time at all, he was able to get out of his ragged shirt and got into a decent ice blue hoodie that was a size too large and a pair of black pants, along with a pair of bright blue hiking shoes. Oh man, color and style! Look how rad I am, fellow children!
At least the colors match. That's more credit than I'm willing to give most authors when they do stuff like this.
I mean, yeah, but still, bad author.
Blah, 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 pockets, blah, 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 police officer, blah, 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 they looked at him, blah, 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 they walked over to him, blah, 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 it was soldiers, blah, 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 specialists. So you know how, Atlas is supposed to be Germany-ish, and they have specialists? Get ready. If he had to guess, Fayarn thought it was one of those specialists from the way he carried himself and the intensity of his blue eyes.
What?
We got some SS going on here. The specialist opened his mouth to say something, but halted. Now confused, the man pulled out a scroll, eyebrows knit together. Do you know this boy? Looked down, his breath halted, image of himself but younger. No, Fayarn stammered. The robot next to the specialist beeped as it announced elevated heart rate and dilated pupils. A small, unconvinced look, the specialist turned back to Fayarn. The thing says you have signs that you're lying, he accused.
What? Okay, A, those have been proven not to work, and B...
He should know what that thing was. The thing! I'm sorry, they didn't properly brief you on your robot companion?
Okay, hold on,
Beep
Max.
boop, beep
It's
boop.
probably the guy that got stuck with the new piece. He's the one in charge of field testing the fancy new piece of kit for procurement, and he's like, oh god, why me?
That, or he's got the oldest model because someone had to get the hand-me-downs before they scrapped the rest.
Our fucking goddamn chat.
Man, I just...
Our chat sometimes.
Hang on. I'm sorry, I'm going back over the chat to see what I missed. Kelm, what the fuck does that mean? Apparently I'm the kind of dude who'd write his girlfriend a 300-page document? Where does that even come from? God, I would love a psychological evaluation of Kelm. I want to know how his brain fucking ticks.
Hey, apparently we all I have an age voice. I have the Gundam age voice, whatever that means. So,
Fuck everyone and fuck
Yeah.
off.
I mean,
Blah, blah,
he rightfully
blah,
called
blah,
me a
blah,
build
blah,
fighter, so
blah, blah,
a build fighter
blah.
point.
The specialist turned around and laughed. Blah, blah, blah. His cheeks were chubby. His eyes were red. Oh, that's why, he thought. I have powers now.
Oh, this is just straight up prototype, isn't it?
I'm going to assume that's what's gonna happen, yeah.
It's starting to feel a little bit like prototype.
I mean, hey, at least it's not like directly prototype, which is
tourist shop, blah blah blah, airships, blah blah blah, bullheads, blah blah blah, spun on the heel and ran to the bullheads. Blah blah blah, he smelled an intoxicating and toxic smells. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Some woman smelled like rotten milk.
Oh, God, our chat is... We're not going to be banned because of anything you do, Sneaky. At this rate, it's going to be because of your chat.
Actually, the chat can the Twitch streamer
can get banned for your chat now.
Actually...
So actually rein it in, boys.
No, we can't get banned for the chat. I mean,
yes, you can.
No, we can't.
No, Sneaky. Twitch updated its guidelines. You can now be held accountable for the actions of your chat. I'm not even joking.
The fuck? That's so dumb! All you gotta do is go to someone who you hate and be like, "Hail Hitler!"
It was,
Stop making such easy clippables! Damn it,
I like
Sneaky.
that's what Max took out of that one.
No one's gonna clip this!
He always does it when it's clean! That's the worst part!
He makes such clean audio.
Fuck!
Here, Max, have something to choose.
Yeah, you're implying anyone cares about this stream enough to report me.
That is a valid point, but someday when we make it big...
And someday when we make it big, it won't matter anymore, because now we're making Twitch money.
We just have to ride the fine line of obscurity into immediate prosperity.
Indeed. Another sniff. The shopkeeper smelled delicious.
That's disturbing, y'all.
Blah blah blah. The smells he was smelling must have been from his grim side. And then, with a flash of clarity, he remembered some backstory. Blah blah blah, grim hunt humanity, blah blah blah, hunt humans and faunus, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Their senses do not align with our own, and they can sense negative emotions. I'm gonna have to live with this forever, he noticed. Oh no, he flipped his hood up in self-depression. Blah blah blah, kept on wandering, blah blah blah. because of another skill he acquired from the Grimm, or because the workers weren't very attentive, he was able to sneak onto the airship without being spotted. Oh boy, he's still insane talking to himself. Lovely. Whoop-de-doo. Yep, and the author is self-aggrandizing himself, and let's move on. Alright, so Red Rover, you come on over. So I have this guy queued up as a oh no, that's why I have him queued up. Oh no. Okay, so yeah, let's do it. Okay.
The sounds you're making do not they aren't exactly making me cheer. They are in fact depressing me.
Anyone going to the Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer stream, doesn't he still do that? He wanted to stream hentai. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah.
You cannot do that.
What?
Thank God.
Anyway,
right along.
So as you all can see, we have a smorgasbord of absolutely awful fics for us to talk about here. We have Harry Potter Naruto. We have Fate Stay Night's High School D times D. Harry Potter Fate Stay Night. Harry Potter Fate Stay Night. Naruto. Harry Potter Fate Stay Night. And Naruto Fairy Tale. Naruto.
Boy, I wonder which section Sneaky hit recently.
No, this is this author. He's written a lot of stories.
Oh, it's just the author.
Yeah, so what do y'all want to do here? You want some Naruto? You want some familiar of Zero? What are you feeling?
None of this.
That's unfortunate. Atin? Oh yeah, you talking about N Hunter Kill?
Just grab grab one of the Harry Potter Fate Stay ones. Maybe they won't.
Harry Potter Fate Stay it is! Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I choose you! To save, to protect. Those are the ideals that represent those...
Can we get the link, my friend?
Oh yeah, right. And send?
You're not that drunk yet, are you?
Can't feel my lips anymore, so I would say middling.
What is that, like third, fourth shot in?
Yeah, around the fifth.
Fifth. Okay, well, now I've got something to go off. Lips are numb. All right, he's been at 5.
Great.
No. And Hunter is a pretty shit writer. No, he's not a good writer. He writes interesting stories. Doesn't make him a good writer. He just writes stories that are interesting. No, not even relatively. He's fairly inept when it comes to writing. I fucking tore apart his stories before in terms of grammar and spelling and flow. No, he's even relatively, he is not good. He writes interesting ideas, and he keeps to plot. That doesn't make him a relatively good writer. That makes him a competent writer. Competence does not.
Oh wait, is this one of those people that's more of an idea guy than an actual writer?
I wouldn't know really. He gets fairly far into all of his English stories. But my problem is that he's absolute garbage when it comes to character representation, when it comes to grammar, when it comes to flow of the writing, when it comes to plot pacing. So basically, all the hallmarks of the story besides the plot itself, he's pretty awful at.
Okay. All right. Got it.
For Russian, his English is better than most people on fanfiction.net. Not really. I mean, yes, sort of, but he's really on level with everyone else, honestly. He just uses a spell check. So that's not really, it's not really an accomplishment.
Hey, let's be real, though. For fanfiction.net,
I understand.
That makes it darn near praiseworthy.
Not even close, though. No, that's an exaggeration.
Sarcasm aside, though,
yeah,
it is.
Is it nice? Sure. Are his stories readable? Yeah. Are they good? Not really. Now I might be a little bit biased because he decided to take 3 hours of my life and shit it away, and then completely not even talk to me about it. But you know, I'm not angry over that.
You sure?
To save, to protect, those are the ideals that represent those known as Shiryo Emiya and Emiya Hari. In the fire that consumed Fayuki City, Kiryutsu found them amidst the destruction and raised them as his sons. But the price of salvation isn't small, and soon the Grail War will begin again. What price must be paid for the salvation this time?
I just want to say, whatever you were doing, those pronunciations there was literally painful for me.
Harry! I'm sorry, if you're gonna make your character called Harry, but with an I, I'm gonna pronounce it Harry. I don't know, Arn. Recently, N Hunter did ask some very Cledwin questions, so I wouldn't hold out too much hope for him. November 1981, Vernon Dursley had been having a terrible morning, having awoken to sound of inhuman wailing coming from outside his perfectly normal family home. He'd grumpily gotten out of bed and gone downstairs to see what all the racket was about when he discovered the unnatural source of the noise. It was a baby. A baby had been left on his family's doorstep covered in a blanket with a letter pinned to it, explaining about how his wife's freakish sister and her equally freakish husband had gotten themselves blown up. Those freaks had left this abomination on his doorstep and expected his family to take it and raise it as their own. Like hell he was gonna do that. We're not keeping that thing, Vernon said with no small amount of distaste. Vernon, please, Petunia Dursley pleaded. What if their kind find out we've gotten rid of him? Like I care what those freaks do, Vernon shot back. They can all go and die. It'd do the world some good to see them all on the ground where they belong. Where will you take him? Petunia asked her husband. The orphanage, Vernon answered simply. Let them deal with the freak.
That's a perfectly legitimate point.
Let them deal with the freak like they deal with the rest of the mongrels. Hail Hitler, apparently.
Please stop that, Sneaky. It's like you're trying to give them clips at this point.
Okay.
I think we have enough clips that someone can make a unique remix out of it.
I would love to see a remix out of that.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would, because that means I'm meme popular.
That's not what we need.
She'd always hated her sister for having magic, blah blah blah, resentment, blah blah blah, kill people, blah blah blah, I'll be back, blah blah blah, shut up, blah blah blah, he shouted and dropped the baby on the floor. Really? However, instead of the thud he expected when the freaks had touched the floor, he was surprised to see a sudden explosion occur. The whole house shook as the walls and floor cracked, coming apart. The freak itself disappeared with a loud pop that was drowned out by the whole house collapsing, killing everyone.
Well, we've certainly accelerated that.
Oh, okay, sorry, it didn't kill everyone. It just collapsed on them and somehow left them uninjured.
All right then.
Yes. November, 10 years later, Japan, Fuyuki, Ground Zero. Emiya Kiritsugu, the man known as infamous Manga's killer, was recognized as the greatest assassin in modern times, was staring in horror at the scene before him. Blah blah blah, canon, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, please let me save people, blah blah blah, hollow tears, blah blah blah. He found 2 people still alive. The first was a young boy with red hair. It couldn't be more than 5 or 6 years old, and the other was a small European baby with red hair.
What?
A 10 years later, apparently time-traveling baby.
I mean, yeah, okay, so apparently he's spontaneously time-traveled. Makes sense. Everything checks out. Carry on.
They were half brothers by the hair, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, no mother or father.
What? Does this guy just go around thinking every ginger's related?
Oh, of course, every ginger is related. They all descended from the uber ginger.
Oh, you mean Satan himself?
Indeed. Oh my God, Isley. Anyway, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, older boy was burned, blah blah blah, shoved Avalon into his body, blah blah blah, blah blah blah.
Hold on, Prana.
Yes, Prana.
Did I miss something, or because that's not how it's spelled, right?
No, that's how it's spelled. No, Prana.
I thought they just had mana.
No,
Prana.
All right, I missed something then.
It's Prana and Odd. Odd is outside the body. Prana is inside the body.
Like I said, I missed that, which is why I asked questions.
Yeah. Blah blah blah, Grail War, blah blah blah, 2 boys, adoption, blah blah blah, Shinto, blah blah blah, Yakuza boss, blah blah blah, Taiga, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. They were now old. Emiya Shiro, and Emiya Harry. Harry was too young to understand anything. Shiro knew he was a magus and wanted to be taught magecraft. Kiritsugu hadn't originally intended to teach him, but decided to teach him because he was dying. And he taught his 2 sons magecraft. The 11-year-old Shiro, you're gonna do it in your bed. Oni-chan's right, Tosan. The 6-year-old Harry agreed. You don't look good. Blah blah blah. When I was little, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. When you grow up, it gets harder to call yourself a hero. Blah blah blah. The moon looks nice. Oh, we'll be heroes for you. I can finally rest easy. And he died.
Ta-da!
Wow. That was basically average amount of trash. Honestly, that was an average amount of trash.
I was gonna say, in and of itself, nothing horrendously offensive.
No, it's just dumb.
Grammar.
It's just dumb. Yeah.
It exists. What more needs to be said?
More or less, indeed. All right, so let's get an actually dumb story going here. Oh yeah, here we go. I forgot about this one. So this is another Ruby story, but it's extra retarded for you all. Because
that's what I want to hear.
It will make you feel pain.
Listen, I'm already feeling a lot of pain. You're gonna have to work real hard to kick this up a notch.
Team Ruby and the Silver Rose! This story is about a 15-year-old boy wolf faunus named Silver Snow, who has a not-so-easy life as he lost everything dearest to him at the young age due to his semblance. He finally had thought he got away from it all, but on his way to Beacon, he meets a set of sisters. Will his life become better, or will his memories and power kill him? OC Harem. OC times Ruby, Team Ruby, Velvet, and Neo.
It's a very interesting harem list. Wow, he actually put the notes bad grammar in the...
Hence why this story is listed as just fucking dumb. If you know your story has bad grammar in it, don't fucking post it.
You say, doesn't that actually violate the fanfiction.net guidelines?
Oh yeah, that actually violates the posting guidelines. My name's Silver Snow. I'm 15-year-old boy around 5'7" to 5'8" high. I'm a little pale than most people around my age.
By the way, I just want to say this to the audience. I know you might be thinking that Sneaky's doing the thing where he leaves out words. He is not currently leaving out any words.
My hair color is perfect white like clean snow, but my style is wild and unbrushed. My eyes are silver. The outfit I wear is gray shirt with white hoodie over it and light blue jeans. I also wear white cloak with it hood up to hide my weapons and my secret.
This is...
My weapon is fold-away scythe with a high-power sniper rifle built in. It can also turn into a one-handed katana. Weapon itself is completely made out of white silver with blue lines. The name of my weapon is Silver Crescent. The scythe is a white version of Ruby.
Listen here, you lazy, unoriginal subhuman. Cease posting and remove your story.
Consider the cessation of your existence.
This may be the laziest thing I've seen on this website.
Woo!
And we've seen some lazy,
Let's keep going.
lazy dirtbags.
Today is to first day of Beacon Academy, a Graham Slayer school used to train young teen into hunter and huntress to combat the force of darkness. I was to come to Beacon on a aircraft, transporting new students through the school. It was quilt for the most part of the odd people talk to each other. Normally, I would shut out the people around me, but two people, one blonde hair who look around 17, 18 years old, and a young girl who look around my year old, so he's specially invited to the school as well.
Oh, I love those OCs.
She had dark red hair and was wearing a black dress with red part on it. And weapons just like mine was speaking a bit loud. I'm happy you're coming to Beacon with me, the blonde one said, hug the young girl. Jayu, stop!
This has 74 favorites and 94 followers. I found 94 people who need to have their ability to read forcibly revoked.
I am so disappointed right now.
I told you this earned just fucking dumb for a really good reason.
Okay, so I'm going through the reviews. The story has potential. No, it doesn't. The grammar is bad. The plot so far is bad. The grammar is bad in all caps. I might copy paste this and just fix the grammar so I won't get an aneurysm when I read this. Dear reviewer, if you think that this story has potential, but the grammar's bad and the plot is bad, what's there?
Wait, I'm sorry. Did one of the viewers say that they were going to fix the grammar themselves?
Yes.
No. That's what. Yes, this is what one of the reviewers said.
Oh my god, does he not? I wonder if he realizes he's still gonna have to read it to fix it.
Yeah.
He's aware of this, right?
Then we have someone saying, "Nice chapter, XD." Then someone else put Pyrrha and Weiss in the harem along with Cinder and
my
Winter.
fucking god.
Nice chapter. I like Silver a harem.
I
enjoy the story a lot. My only issue I have is that the flow of the story doesn't work well due to the grammar issues. It's the wrong do. It's D-O. That's the only big gripe I have about the story. Keep up the good work. This isn't good work! This is not good work!
Fucking kill me now, fam. Just end my life. End my suffering. Why do we wake up every day if we're just going to suffer like this?
Oh, good. The first review back in August is someone saying, you definitely need a proofreader and editor, but literally every paragraph has so many mistakes that it end up making me mad. The characters are out of character.
I honestly...
He does love the OC, then points out a bunch of problems with the OC. You know what? Good for this reviewer. This is the only reviewer I've seen that's just like, good. Oh, wait, no. One guest saying, with a bunch of screaming, oh my god, that summary was so generic it hurt. To all the people saying, nice next chapter, great story, keep it up, not only are you one of the worst people who do reviews because you're saying, nice next chapter, that's not helpful in any way, this is not a story that deserves that. You don't tell the author they're doing a good job when...
This is exactly what I've been talking about. This is the exact problem I have been talking about. With blatantly shit stories that have no plot, that have no characters, that have shit grammar, that can't even spell words correctly, are getting 100-something people.
Sneaky, I have found the grammar mistake. Oh my god, it happens. This is making me violently upset.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's Sneaky. What I'm saying.
Sneaky. They don't spell yang right.
I am aware.
But no, here's the best part. They get it wrong a different way on the next line.
I really hope this is a troll story. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, hope this is a troll story. Because if this is not a troll story, even if it's actually, I redact that statement. Even if this is not a troll story, the amount of people that are enjoying this story is indicative of the community itself to a certain degree. And to that certain degree, the community has indicated it is a bumbling bunch of retards who are so dumb they could not understand quality if someone gave them the dictionary definition with pictures included.
Like, this is so utterly unacceptable. And then they go back to...
Anyway, blah,
you was just looking out for your sister. Is this just ah?
Hi, you, she questioned angrily and grabbed front of cloak. Who do you think you are? My sister smiled at you and you put up the hood. So the two are sister. Yog, he didn't do anything. He didn't anything wrong. He did smile to me, but then went back to what he was doing. Young, let me go. But Ruby, question mark, Young said, only of Ruby to cross her arms.
And they keep uncapitalizing things.
I'm Silver Snow. I'm a first year and I'm 15. I'm Ruby and I'm also 15. Oh, so you in Patch as kid. Yeah, form day I was born up to age of 6.
You skipped the small time skip, Sneaky. Small time skip.
Right, I forgot. Small time skip.
Yeah,
Lived
you have fun with
small
work,
family, wasn't related to them by blood, was adopted. Ruby was thinking on what to say, but Yang was the first to speak up. If not too much trouble, can I ask what happened to your birth parents? Not much to say. My mother died and my birth father. No, known him only my birth mother and never said who he was. I don't know my birth father. He was never there for me. And my mother died in childbirth, but she was definitely there for me in my formative years.
Also, I'm a hobo. Just...
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Perhaps the thing that infuriates me most about this is this author, who is supposedly a fan of this show, you cannot even bother to spell character names right.
Yeah.
Just get out.
Anyway, so blah blah blah, edgy backstory, aunt and uncle trained him for 7 years straight, blah blah blah, blah blah, 2 aunts.
And this was updated last month.
He's not the best uncle in the world. He likes drinking a lot, but he also looks out for me and trained me to wield scythe and dual wield blades. Blah blah blah, my Silver Crescent scythe mode, and blah blah blah. This is my main weapon, Silver Crescent. Ruby, on the other hand, was jumping up and down like a bio-wolf on coffee or drugs. Maybe coffee drugs. It looks so cool. It has blah 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 and blah blah blah. Started to go weapons need, which I find cute. It has no bullet in it. It fire aura bullet, and the blade never dull because the metal I used was infused with aura. So if someone tried to use my scythe against me, it can't cut me. Yang disappeared. Leave me and Ruby alone. I look around to find Yang has gone. Okay, I think your sister just left, I laughed. Yang, Ruby shouted, only to fall over someone's bags. Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is... Okay, Sneaky, I decided to jump ahead to chapter 12, which is just an update.
Yeah?
You should look at this, because this alone is horribly infuriating.
He was raised by Crow. That's the surprise. The Crow shows up and they both go, Uncle! What? Uncle? We're related, but we're dating! Incest! Anyway, what's the update?
Something Star Wars. Sneaky, just go to just an update, and I think we'll end this idiocy with that.
I'm okay with this. Just an update. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks to everyone who read my fan fiction up to now. Support. I know this fic could be much better.
Fanfiction.
But with all the grammar mistakes I make, ask you readers, can one of you help me with grammar? Become beta, make list of mistakes.
No, Sneaky, ever become the bata of its story.
Thank you all for reading. I hope you like story. Bye-bye. Alright, so I'm not going to leave a review because that might be considered harassment in terms of what I'm going to say. I was going to say,
I'm not leaving a review because I am far too angry to leave.
However, I will say 0 out of 10 on plot, 0 out of 10 on characters, 0 out of 10 on backstory, 0 out of 10 on pacing, 0 out of 10 on dialogue, 0 out of 10 on literally every facet of this fanfiction. Please consider the cessation of your very existence. Thank you.
Just stop posting. Stop
posting.
No,
not even stop posting. Just take your existence and delete it retroactively from reality. What?
Anyway.
You can't die if you were never alive.
Sneaky's thinly. Just stop it.
Oh, here we go. This is for both of you. Konosuba! God's blessing on this wonderful world.
Oh no.
What
if they done to Konosuba?
I don't know if I want someone to ruin it for me.
Too late. This train has no brakes.
Yep.
Well, it does have brakes. I call it my mute button.
Yes, well, unfortunately, I am more principled than you and refuse to stop pushing myself.
The Legend of Sato Emergence of the Hero Prologue Genesis! What if Kazuma chose power instead of useless Aqua? Will he finally show his true potential? Kazuma harem, except for Aqua, I hate her. Might be out of character. There are OCs and self-insert.
Well, at least the story came with a warning.
If this is just right off the bat, like, if I personally was looking at this, I would never even touch this. And for the record, this is why I think things like a downvote button are great, because this is trash. And I want a way to let the author know I don't like this. I want to give them a Roman thumbs down. You know what? I'm going to make a website, and we're just going to have Roman thumbs down, Roman thumbs up. And if you get like 100 thumbs down, your post just gets automatically removed.
Well, that's too easy to abuse.
You're right. I don't care.
Okay, I got a question for you, Sneaky. How much coding would it take for them to add a block list for fanfiction.net, where if you add a story, it forever disappears from your search? Like, oh, this story updates every day. You will never see it again because it's on your block list. Can I get that somehow? Because I think this would save you a lot of your sanity.
It's definitely 100% possible. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be too hard. They would just have to take the favorites list and just so basically they take the code they do for favorites and alerts and just be like, instead of alerting you to it, it blocks the story. So, I mean, they would have to... honestly, it would be just another list that would add to your profile, username, account, login, whatever, etc. But how it would work, since I don't know the source code myself, yeah, no, it wouldn't be too much. Add a new line to a fic, so you have, favorites, follows, blocks. That's pretty simple, actually. But as far as blocking the actual story from searches, just make it a hidden tag, more or less.
Like anything with like when you put a story on your block list, it gets the blocked tag.
Yeah, just checks the block list when you do searches. Yeah.
I was gonna say, all told, 40 lines of code.
Honestly, not even. I could probably do it in two.
I'm trying to be
depending
generous.
on. Well, it really depends on how they code it.
Yes. The caveat there being how they coded it.
Yeah. But as for, honestly, I think the only reason they haven't done that is the storage space problem. Because you gotta keep in mind that there is a shit ton of stories that people would like to block, and there's not that many stories people would want to, the favorites and follows are a far smaller list than the blocks.
Yeah.
So that's why it's manageable and still free. If they ever introduced the block list, it would have to be like a paid premium thing or something.
Listen, if they were like fanfiction.net premium,
however,
$5 a month, get a block.
Time for some sponsored shilling by Zexies. So Zexi's new program, Flipper, is a fanfiction.net search application, which does in fact let you mark fanfictions as do not show me ever again. It is currently entering the stages of deployment. I don't know if it's been fully deployed yet, but as far as I know, he's basically at like 99% done for full deployment. So in the upcoming weeks, it should be completely done and operational and distributable. Yeah. So anyway, how about you take this away, Atin? I'm going to be right back with something else.
Oh, flippin' hallelujah. Just what I wanted to do. Read trash. Chapter 1, Awakening of the Child of Destiny. Kazuma opened his eyes. What happened? Author's note. The brackets bubbles indicate Kazuma's internal monologue. That author is something you should have put one line up from this. You should not be putting author's notes in the middle of your story. Last thing he saw was a truck. I can't think of it. The last thing he saw was a truck that was about to hit a girl. Kazuma instinctively dove for the girl and saved her from getting run over by the truck. Did I die? Ah, lost child, I am sorry to say, but you had died in that accident. Kazuma turned to the voice and gasped. He saw a beautiful girl. She had silver hair and wore a nun's clothes. She is very beautiful. Beep boop, I am Roboto, Mr. Roboto. Max, do you like me?
No. Really don't right now.
Unfortunate. Powering down. No, I'd like to, but where am I? And who are you? Kazuma asked this beautiful girl. My name is Eris, the silver-haired girl said, and this place is my realm. Is this heaven? He asked. She chuckled. The way he's asking questions is very cute. Author's notes indicate Eris' thoughts. That's not, once again, author. The legend goes at the top of the story. Come on, guys. Not yet. You can choose to go to heaven. Or she gives him the description of the RPG-like world. I understand not wanting to rehash things, author. It's annoying. It can be really annoying when you're trying to rehash things, especially things the entire audience already knows. But if you're going to be recreating this more or less shot for shot and word for word, you don't get to just pick and choose what you're skipping. And you certainly don't do it with an author's note that tells us you're just lazy.
Yep.
I see. This world is in trouble. What is with 6,000 ellipses? I don't remember there being this many thought pauses in the opening of the show. Kazuma is a kind-hearted boy. That is why he saved the girl who was about to be hit by the truck without fear. He wants to save this world from the Devil King. Eris mentioned that he can get a wish if he defeats them, but he doesn't care about that at all. All I want to do is help other people. This is what Cosmo had resolved to do ever since he was younger, ever since that incident. He looks so determined. Perhaps he can. Every prospective hero is given a choice to bring any one item. You can also be reincarnated with a talent or a skill. Eris presented Cosmo with papers that described items and powers. From his knowledge, they all seemed very powerful. The items are more powerful, but they're physical items. I could lose them, they could get stolen, choose an ability, blah, 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 magic, blah, blah, blah. I see, that's a great choice. Please, just call me Cosmo. Okay, Cosmo, why am I feeling this way? The power Cosmo chose was Greater Mana Pool. It allowed him to have almost infinite amounts of mana. Well, boy, what a wonderful flip-ticking cop-out, isn't it?
Yeah, I can keep going if you want me to continue.
I mean, I'm just going to be doing blah, 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 so if you want to, otherwise...
I shall not take away the right of blah, blah, blah from you. Go ahead.
Ares then told Cosmo about how he will be given knowledge of the language. She even gave him starter equipment and some gold. Gee, that's funny. That never happened before. As well as some advice and directions to where the guild was. Thank you, no problem, but Cosmo, yes? Ares bent over and winked at him. If I have to call you Cosmo, then you just call me Ares, okay? Yes. Beautiful, pervert, blah, blah.
Wait, he fucked it up. That's supposed to be Cosmo's thoughts, but that's the Ares thought brackets. You fucking goddamn author. Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. Wow, they really did mess it up. I hope they were at least competent enough to not do that.
No, they're too dumb to even not do that.
Lust at being called by her first name without honorifics. Saw what you did. You're very brave, saving her like that. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's fine. Everyone you did. There'll be 1,000 people attending your memorial. Gee, this seems a little bit different from the actual opening of the anime, you know? What do you think, Max? Seem a little bit different?
Yeah. He met the wrong goddess, and there's no mention of that truck not actually doing any harm to anyone.
And there certainly wasn't anything about 1,000 people at your memorial. But hey, whatever! Sadly, there are people whose lives are forever immortalized after they're despised, despite never once receiving the most common consideration as they are alive. We call these people heroes. No, whatever. Cosmo's heart went doki doki doki. His heart sounds Japanese when Ares hugged him. Gee, it's almost like this author's note doesn't fit here and is ruining the flow of this already garbage story.
Ha!
What am I doing? Excuse me for my rudeness, blushing, beautiful, panicking, blah, blah, blah. What am I thinking? Stupid line break crap. Parallel world, blah, blah, blah. Didn't see pointy-eared people, dragons and griffins, blah, blah, blah. Author's note, just what he wears in the show. She also gave him a short sword and bow and arrows. Blah, blah, blah. Adventures crap, blah, blah, blah. Average stats across the board, decently high luck, intelligence. Should be a merchant, blah, blah, blah. You look like a fellow Japanese, so I was wondering if you were tough. How disciplined, blah, blah, blah. They all laugh. It's fellow Japanese, blah, blah, blah. Howard, I don't care. This is stupid. This author is stupid. Yada da 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 da. Megami, blah 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 blah. Wall of text for an author's note. It's my first fanfiction, so please don't judge me too hard, okay? So what did you think? I replaced Aqua with Eric in the first scene because I hate Aqua. She's so dumb and useless and stops Cosmo from being powerful. It's almost like the show is supposed to not be that way, like the author made a conscious choice. Fuck you, author.
Yeah, more or less, honestly.
Like, I'm not gonna say.
I was infuriated when there was no romance between them, so this is gonna be a harem. Alright, I'm gonna get a wee bit political here. Just a wee bit. Small smidge.
Oh, no. No. Oh, God, no.
When feminists go out and say, oh, men are pigs and misogynists and etc., etc.,
where's this even coming from?
Are the people they talk about. The author is complaining that the main female lead didn't boink the main male lead, so clearly the main male lead needs a harem. That's where this is coming from. You are exactly the complaint.
Oh, no, I get what he's saying. He's saying that this author is the reason the feminists have that complaint. And you know what? It's a perfectly fair complaint.
Yeah, you are literally their stereotype, their straw man brought into existence, if you have that sort of opinion.
And it's infuriating to me that people like this exist. Because here's the thing, I don't care about this one way or the other. If he was boinking Aqua or if he wasn't. But when people like this come into any fandom,
it gets
doesn't
worse.
Matter what the fandom is.
I want to believe this person is a troll because it gets worse. Scroll down, right? Kazuma times Darkness is okay, but I'm not crazy about it because Darkness, who is a girl, is taller and stronger than Kazuma, who is a boy.
This has to be, for my own sanity, this has to be a troll because I can't.
This.
If people this stupid
okay,
are
no, this
around...
this has to be a troll. 100%. This has to be a troll. Do not criticize me, or I'll block you. Our country is so screwed up with Trump as president. I don't need more negativity in my life. Fanfiction is my safe space, so don't ruin it.
All right, this has to be a troll.
This has to be a troll. For the sake of the world, this has to be a troll.
Except the problem is, here's the problem. I have met people so spectacularly unaware that I can believe this person exists.
See, no, yes, I actually have to agree with you on that. That is the problem, is I have met these people in real life. I have actually met people who are like this in real life. And the problem is that when people try and act like this on the internet, I have to sit here and be like, I know this actually exists. And there is always that hope that this is just a troll. But I have the realization that no, it probably isn't a troll.
And that is more distressing than anything else. Because the mere fact that these people, it's just so...
Okay, no, it has to be a troll. Okay, no, this is definitely a troll. No, it has
Fabulous,
to be a troll.
It's a troll. We can rest easy.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume this is a troll. I'm just going to assume this is a troll. I'm just going to assume this is a troll. But yeah, I'm looking at the rest of his stories, and I'm just like, this has to be this. There is no physical way this isn't a troll.
Because if it isn't, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Also, we got a follower.
You poor fool. Anyway, but yeah, I forget what it was. I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were like, "Oh, I think they were complaining about how you can't just how they install romance mods for Coder 1s that you can romance whoever you want." I'm like, why are you doing this? This is ruining what the authors have intended. Why are you doing it? I have the problem with people who mod any of these characters in any game.
Yeah.
No, you don't get to just go in and change what the author wanted, unless it's like a game where it literally doesn't matter. Like,
no, I get that. I get that.
Like in Skyrim, where the marriage options aren't actually important or whatever. Fine. But in BioWare games,
Fuck you.
What?
How did a follower happen? I am an entertaining individual. Thank you very much. And I don't say that. The internet says that. I have 59 people not subscribing, following me. I have 59 people that think I'm funny.
To be fair, collectively they think we're funny.
Is that the alcohol or you? Well, considering I had nearly 50 followers before the alcohol was introduced, I would say it's all me. It's pure unfiltered me. I'm just that great.
As you say, really, it's sad to say, but alcohol really does nothing. He already has terrible inhibition control. Alcohol just
makes me slur words. It's really all it does.
It accelerates the stupidity, really.
No, more or less, honestly. All right, so let's move on. That was a troll. All right, rolling the dice, rolling. Where it will stop, nobody knows. Let's go this one. Ho ho ho.
Oh, Sneaky. I was about to actually roll a d20 for you.
Black on white.
Is this a Weiss Blake fic?
No, this is a Bleach fic.
Even more upsetting.
Oh joy.
What if Ichigo was devoured by the Grand Fisher when he was a child? What would have happened? How would the effects come? Halo Ichigo, Fem Ukiora, Ichigo times Harriabel, Nielil, or Ukiora. Bleach fic. Inspired by white. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. White is pure. Don't fucking taint it with your garbage trash.
Ooh, some feisty words there.
Also, SSJ3 Kyuubi Gohan stories are also garbage.
Alright, where's that coming from?
By me reading him before. I've looked at his stories before. They are garbage. Yeah. Anyway, deep inside the expanse of the Minnow Forest, there was a pillar of red light. Inside the pillar was one hollow. Their light dissipated to reveal the creature. It was several 100 feet tall, with bone-white skin. On its head were two equally white noseless masks with 5 red tribal markings going down the left side on its forehead and 2 under its eye. The eyes themselves were quite something to behold. They glowed a soft gold, contrasting with the midnight black sclera. On top of its head was a tuft of orange hair. Finally coming from its form was a massive white cloak, the only opening in it being for the mask and the large hole in the hollow chest. The Gillian let out a primal roar, attracting other Gillian towards it. As the first Gillian drew closer, the most that could be seen was a flash of white before it suddenly fell, a chunk of flesh missing from the neck. The same occurrence happened several more times, before the only figure still standing was the white Gillian. Suddenly the white hollow began speaking. Who am I? die out of nowhere. Memories assaulted its underdeveloped mind. They were the memories of a man with black hair, a woman with brown hair, and two young girls with the same hair colors as the man and the woman. Karakura. With that, the hollow reached out its hand and, as if grabbing a curtain, pulled the sky itself apart. Without wasting a second, the Gillian walked through the opening into the world that awaited it on the other side. Oh, I can't wait to hear what my name means.
What? What is this crap?
Our chat.
What's our chat doing?
Being chat.
Yeah, it's real descriptive.
Kenpachi Zaraki was bored and annoyed. The old man had decided that Zaraki should be punished because some members of Squad 11 were messing with Squad 4. Again. Honestly, he was amazed at the stupidity of his own subordinates. I mean, seriously, even he knew better than to mess with Unohana. But then again, he knew her back when she was Yachiru instead of Ruetsu. Man, he wished he could see her like that again. Even now, so many years ago. Sorry, so many years later, that was still the best fight of his life. But whatever. He was getting off topic. Anyway, Yamato decided a good punishment would be to take over patrol of this town for a few days because there's an odd change in the spiritual presence of this area. An unnatural amount of hollows coming and going from this place. Damn it! Avoiding boring shit like this was the main reason he just killed the old Kenpachi to become the captain rather than go through that stupid academy. So here he was, wearing a second limiter in addition to his eye patch, stuck in Karakura Town for the next 3 days, wasting his abilities, killing little hollows, blah 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 blah.
I'm pretty sure this was written after it was revealed that Kenpachi Zaraki never actually passed the test.
Yep.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I thought that chapter was out by like the start of 2016, and this was written in the middle-ish.
I mean, you gotta keep in mind though, is people with stubborn opinions were like, no, we're not abandoning this bar. We won't leave a trail of tears.
Be very careful what you say next.
Yes. Well, maybe something's going to happen after all. When Kenpachi got to the spot where the hollow was, it had just finished emerging from the hole. A Gillian, huh? Though you look different from the normal ones. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. He's cutting up the hollow. Cut it in half. Hollow let out a roar. We kept charging. That's getting big. Gillian shot the beam of destruction. The blast hit him and blasted him backwards. I was right, you're super strong. Let's see what you got. The blade cut the hand. And the arm open. The wound mended in seconds. Roar. Before he could make out the words. the fuck? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, here. The orange-haired hollow let out another ear-shattering roar. Blah, blah, blah. Sero discharged faster. Blah, blah, blah. Take on the impact. If that's all you have, I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. Blah, blah, blah. He screamed as he got shot off into the distance by the Sero. The white Gillian was gone. How am I supposed to explain this one? Well, I mean, yeah, that is a fair enough point. You did kind of let a Gillian escape. That's pretty pathetic.
Actually unacceptable.
Yep, actually unacceptable indeed. Blah, 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 Meadow Forest, blah, 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 7 different adjudicas, blah, blah, blah. Well, you seem strong.
Blah, blah, blah. This person is rewriting white, but poorly and worse.
Yeah, pretty more or less, this person is basically taking white and poorly rewriting it and give each go power-ups quicker.
Because that's what he needed.
Of course. Oh my god. Anyway, blah, 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 kill it, blah, 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 he beats them, blah, 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 go for the mask, blah, 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 he keeps eating them, blah, 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 he gets overfull, blah, 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 and blah, 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 why won't you die, everyone launch your Seros, blah, 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 he roared, impossible, Bacana. Blah, 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 the Gillian beats them, blah, 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 pillar of light, blah, 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 it was small, only 10 feet high, blah, 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 orange hair, no longer had a cloak, and now had red markings everywhere. Ichigo, the newborn adjudicas, stuttered out, "That is my name." He, the hollow, definitely knew himself to be a he, walked on, trying to find more out about his family history. Unacceptable.
This is trash. The author's trash. Moving on.
More or less, yeah. I think we have enough time to cover one more story. See, Naruto Overwatch, Halo, Dragon Age.
You know what? Let's end the night with Naruto Overwatch. That's completely different from everything we've done.
Actually, I have a better idea. Let's go with Mass Effect Overwatch.
Alright, there we go. I don't think we've ever done that before.
Which is cleverly named Star Watch.
You lazy sack of garbage.
A youthful Lieutenant Shepard unknowingly facilitates the release of an ancient evil!
Wait! Is this secretly a Samurai Jack crossover too? Are we going to get Aku, the shape-shifting master of evil?
Unfortunately, no.
You know what? Kill, you're writing all the terrible ideas. Go ahead and write Mass Effect Samurai Jack. I want Shepard to kill the shape-shifting master of evil.
And set in motion a chain of events which lets me, Apu, shape-shifting master of evil, influence the...
Apu?
Yes.
Stop. Please, stop.
Come on. That's a great show and a fantastic intro. And you are a bad person.
Where's the link for this story?
Here you go. that will greatly influence the outcome of the first contact with the citadel species and potentially threaten the standing of humanity among them. I can. I am Pooh, shape-shifting master of evil. Release the nukes, Pajit. I should play Civilization again. I just got the DLC because apparently I bought the season pass like fuck all long ago. I just got the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for you.
Congratulations.
Yep. A plasma cutter on a door, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. They're cutting the door open. They've never seen this sort of design before. Ancient facility in the Cerberus crater. Blah blah blah. Deep within the complex, state-of-the-art instruments turn on. Alpha team, blah blah blah. Copy that, London. Static defenses. Blah 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 blah. Hydraulic jacks. Periodic flashes of red and yellow lit the cavernous tunnel. Nothing moved. Life, memory sprang, blah blah blah. Jack. The recon drone fed to the output, blah blah blah. A mech. Lights blinked on the darkness. On a mental command, she changed the visible spectrum. I'm sorry, what?
I got no idea, man.
A mech shifting configuration into a huge stationary rotary cannon. It's a Bastion mech, ma'am. It's a relic from the first Omnic crisis. Oh boy, so this is the Overwatch verse, which has gotten to space travel. Wait, you also said first Omnic crisis. Were there multiple? You too?
Were there?
Were there?
Pretty sure there was only the one. Although I think there's implications that there might be a second one. But I only know of the first one. The only one. Where Overwatch was first created.
I see.
Yeah. But apparently, this guy's decided there needs to be more than one Omnic crisis.
Apparently.
Well. Yeah, no, I actually have no. The only character at that point that we should be seeing is Tracer and maybe Reaper.
I mean, I guess you could get away with one of the basic the basic Bastion.
Well, it'd have to be the Bastion that we know.
Yeah, well, I'm saying you could get away with Bastion and Orisa as well.
Yeah, that's right.
They're robots, so time is irrelevant to them. You can, like you said, you can do Tracer because Tracer's completely displaced from time. So
and Reaper's got a lot
Reaper's
going on
6,000
under the mask.
of medically messed up.
I guess we could have like Reinhardt's grandkid or something.
No, I mean her daughter maybe, or his daughter. I mean, whatever. Goddamn.
Is that his daughter or his companion?
I think it's his daughter, or it might be his niece.
I'm not sure.
I'm talking about the one in the trailer.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm
pretty sure it's his daughter.
Could probably. Let's maybe Mercy. Does enough experimenting, she'd eventually get around to experimenting on herself.
I mean, based on what she did to Reaper, I don't think she'd ever do that.
That's still not confirmed, apparently.
What? No, straight up she did that to Reaper. Like, they say that.
No. Did you forget the part where they said even the voice lines are non-canon? You did, didn't you?
No, I know, but like, I'm pretty sure
That was from a
at
voice line that
some.
apparently wasn't used outside of the beta, I think. It was,
No, it's
Gabriel,
definitely
what
used in the
happened
base
to you?
game.
You tell me, Doc.
Yeah, no, that's definitely in the base game. Because I
Is
heard
it still in the game?
it.
Like recently?
It's been a while since I heard it, but
God. Anyways, ethical or unethical medical tinkering aside, those are probably the only characters that would ever make it to a second Omnic Crisis.
yeah.
Maybe Old Man Lucio and Old Lady Diva, but I don't know how useful they'd be.
Well, I mean,
Orissa's
theoretically,
creator?
Old Lady Diva would still be pretty useful.
Yeah, Orissa's creator. I can't remember her name.
Effie, I think?
I think so. Because she's, what, like 8 or 9?
Yeah. Who knows what she'll have made by that point?
Anyways, have we vamped long enough, Sneaky, to end the stream?
Sneaky?
He didn't fall asleep on us, did he?
I mean, would it really surprise you?
No, that's why I'm asking.
He might have. He's certainly
He,
not saying anything.
he's fallen asleep on me before in calls. That's why I'm asking. Like, I don't usually joke about that. I joke about him, oh, I guess he's dead. I don't ever joke about him falling asleep in a call. Because
He
it's
very
happened.
well might have fallen asleep. Sneaky, if you're not dead, you really need to speak up.
Sorry.
Because we can't end the stream until you die, so...
This is a false statement. I can always just die.
But what I'm saying is, like, we don't have the ability to end the stream.
No, but I would just walk away. So.
I mean, yes.
Anyway, 40 years, relics, functionalities, euphemisms, countermeasures, or jamming the communications. Blah blah blah, rotary cannon, laser tripwires, demo charges attached to them. Isn't there a hero that does that?
No?
A hero that does what?
Laser tripwires with demolition charge attached to them?
No.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Tracer with her bomb.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I was like the closest to that is maybe Symmetra with her turrets.
Yeah.
Alright, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. The Bastion. Supposing it's not holding an AI. Oh boy. Darkness and light. Other things. Glory Hounds. Torn of Memories. Pain. Jack. Ziegler. What did she do to me? It's not an AI. The original Omnic software has been replaced with Sentry AI. Any clues? Negative. Turn it off. Okay. If you're watching this, it means you've breached the safeguards. Please turn back and seal this place. You're not aware of the danger it contains. That's Mercy. Shush. We tried to save him, but instead we created something unstoppable. Please turn back. I am an AI. She left me behind, modeled me after herself to warn you. You don't know what's in here for you, and you're better off that way. Once he gets free, there's no containing him. Why shoot us? You think I like that? She screamed, and then her voice became subdued. A few deaths is the price she would have paid gladly to prevent all the suffering horror he would unleash. Again, tearful. Look, I know you're soldiers trained to disregard anything but your orders, but please use your heads. Report this to your superiors and do not break the safeguards. Blah blah blah, Ziegler was a legend. Blah blah blah, they all looked to Shepard to what to do. Blah blah blah, this is Shepard, level 6 biological hazard detected, not secure, resealing commended. Blah blah blah, confirm, abandoned facility and await decontamination. Sir, I recommend complete abandonment. Blah blah blah, recommendation noted, decontamination and cleanup will proceed as planned, abandon the facility and retreat. Blah blah blah. They will let him out, she screamed in despair. Blah blah blah, edgy. Blah blah blah, ignored the pleading. What happened in there? Blah blah blah. Overwatch Vault. Blah blah blah. Crying AI. That's insane, but I believe you. Okay, we're gonna sit here and wait for the decontamination team. Go with your gut. Power up and repair the jams on the Bastion. Interface it with the AI. Do it. Blah 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 blah. Alright, we're gonna ambush the decontamination team. Blah blah blah.
This is just dumb and annoying.
Blah blah blah. Detonation bombs. Blah blah blah. Reporting as ordered. Stand down. Better safe than sorry. We'll take it from here. Begging your pardon. We're going to remove the mech. Blah blah blah. Cleanup operation. I have no objections. Will they find the AI? It's housed on the mech. Why not tell them? Why wasn't this reported? I have no direct evidence this was recorded. Blah blah blah. It could be a fabrication. Okay, fabrication or not, I would take those warnings to heart, sir. Blah blah blah. He ignored it. Alert, alert, containment breach. Leave everything, let's go. Blah blah blah. He's free. Oh my god, the evil's free. Everyone's dying. Blah blah blah. Everyone's being ripped apart.
Are we done with this trash yet?
Actually, yes.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us to this point in time. If you've made it here, wow, fucking holy shit. You get a gold star. Pin that right on your shirt, kiddos. Yeah, anyway. If you liked this at all, tell people about it. Really. The more people we get here, the more entertaining, the more fun it gets for everyone. If you want to see more of this, you can join us every Tuesday and every Friday at 7 p.m. here on Twitch. And the uploads will get onto YouTube when I figure it out. Because right now it's using a bit too much space and I'm not quite sure how to do it. But I'll figure it out. Aside from that, what else? What else we got here? If you want to join our Discord, it's found in the panels down below or the description if this ever makes it onto YouTube. Oh, what else do we got going? No, I can't think of anything else. You guys can think of anything else?
I got nothing.
All right. As always, join us once again.
Include the don't harass people disclaimer.
Yeah, don't harass people.
At some point at the start, he did.
Alright, everyone, thank you for joining us to this point. Find us again at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays and Fridays. And remember, folks, there's always more, and it always gets worse.